My name is Poppy. I'm in my 50s. I have 4 children and I am a nurse. I first noticed the symptoms of what I now know as axial spondyloarthritis in my late teens, around 18. AS affects me 24 hours a day. It's affected my life for a very long time. And if somebody said to me, Poppy, do you want £10 million or would you like to be pain-free? I'd choose pain-free at any time. Physically, I cannot carry out the things that I really love to do, which is mainly sport, and I love walking, and I can't do that anymore. I can do short walks, but if I'm flaring, there's no way I can go for a long walk, or even, I wanted to walk to work every day. I can't do it anymore because it hurts too much. I can't carry out the housework properly. I have to get people in to help me because I can't clean a bath anymore because I can't bend over. I can't do gardening anymore because I can't bend over. And I've had to just learn to accept that and find things that I can do to replace the things I can't do. But I get upset when I can't do the normal everyday activities because I feel a bit inadequate. And I always feel I'm putting on my husband when, I have to ask him to help me when I'd like to be doing it. I do feel angry about my disease. I feel depressed. I can hide it most of the time, but I have my black days when I do cry and I feel that, is this what I've got to put up with for the rest of my life? And that's okay. It's a disease for life, and life isn't fair and this disease isn't fair. However, I have focused on what I can do rather than what I can't do. So for me, one of the sports I can now do quite well is swimming. And when I first get in the pool, it is a bit uncomfortable, but once I get warmed up, I feel, I stretch out and I feel great when I get out. It lifts my mood when I do exercise. I feel great when I get out, stretched all my body. And so that has now become my sport of choice. And I use that regularly. I swim at least 3 times a week. I use it to fundraise for NAS. I do it as a family event. We all swim because I have children that suffer from the disease as well. And so this is our sport now. I do play tennis as well, but I know I'm going to suffer if I play the tennis. But that's my choice because I love the camaraderie I get with team sport. So I play the tennis and then the next day I will suffer a little bit. But I've chosen to not give that up yet because I found that it makes me not just physically feel better, mentally I feel much better if I do the sport regularly. It does produce those endorphins and you do feel better about yourself because you've achieved something. I think it's really important that when you feel well, you still don't overdo it. I have a tendency to go a bit mad. They call it boom and bust. When I feel well, I do too much, and then that could result in me feeling worse. So I've now learnt to still pace myself and do things at a different speed. I have developed methods to help myself through trial and error over the years. And some of the things I have discovered that help are always wearing good footwear. I now realise as much as I would like to wear a pair of heels, I can't. So I do buy flat shoes now that have got good support. So it means that I don't have to suffer any heel pain or anything. I still do, but the shoes help. I have a heated blanket in bed so that when I get into bed I can have, maybe an hour of nice heat that relieves the pain. I have a pillow that I use under my knees at night because it helps take the pressure off the spine. When I go for a walk, I take walking poles because they help support me when I'm walking up and down hills or when I'm walking on rough terrain. I've realised that if I take my pain control before I go to sleep, when I wake up in the morning, it's much easier to get out of bed. I don't always remember, but I try. When I'm out of the house travelling, long distances in cars is always difficult. So I realise we do have to stop regularly so I can have a good walk around. I've chosen cars with heated seats. Again, I find heat helps relieve my pain, and I've also got a pillow that I put in my back.